おい、ジョーちゃん、大丈夫か？
Yo, what's up, guys? We are Chopped Anime, 3 of the almighty Chopped Anime. We're back to chop up another episode of Attack on Titan, episode 70. And it took a turn to a different direction than we thought it would be, considering the last episode had a lot of build up to Zeke and Aaron and what their plan was and if they could be trusted and what was about to happen with the wine bottles and all that stuff. In this episode, we see Gabi and Falco on the run and their interaction with this lovely family that takes in orphans. And we see Gabi and Falco get a taste of that Reiner and Aaron medicine when you see that the people on the other side are actually not as bad as you thought. What do you guys think of the episode?
Yeah, there's a lot of throwbacks. There was a good amount of nice little throwbacks here. And I think most of them were like related to Sasha. It seems like the authors keep bringing up Sasha's death and reminding us of her again and again this episode. So the girl, the blonde-haired girl that took in Gabi and Falco, she was the girl that Sasha saved, and we find that out at the end when that girl was talking about how there was the person that bravely stood up against the Titan. I think that was that happened maybe season 1 or 2 when Sasha stood against that person. So it was an interesting interaction between Gabi, the girl who killed Sasha, and the blonde-haired girl. I forgot her name. The person that is trying to become like Sasha.
Kaya.
The person who's trying to become like Sasha. So that was a very interesting reaction there. And yeah, you're right. It was definitely a state of shock to Gabi when Kaya was talking about, oh, why did my parents have to die? And everything. And Gabi she knew, like, she kept on saying the answers, but the more Kaya kept pressing her, she just knew that her answer just wasn't good. Like, she couldn't come up with a good reason, and that was really just shocking Gabi because she wants to hate these people so much, but she just couldn't explain the hate in that one situation. And that was just a great scene for me, and it really shows the whole dynamic between the Marleyans and the people of Paradis. And the other throwback to Sasha was kind of a Sasha's revenge, because this horse was actually Sasha's horse that was biting Gabi's head off. So that was kind of funny. It's these little details that you can kind of miss.
Yeah, I had no idea that was her horse.
I definitely missed it over my head.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah, like Jose mentioned, this episode definitely turned a different corner than we were expecting. That initial scene with Gabi was brutal. She is a killer. Okay. Like Hosea mentioned, they should have ended her, and they should have, because they're going to keep losing people otherwise. She's willing to die, because it doesn't even seem like she's trying to escape. She just wants to confront Jeek and be like, Jeek, why you do this? And Falco, hopefully, Falco does his job and saves her, because that's what Reiner entrusted him to do. And I think Gabi and Reiner have a lot of parallels, right? They both were brainwashed to grow up and hate these Paradis devils, and that's all they want to try to believe. But as they got more integrated in Paradis, they saw that they're just normal people, like how they got, Eldians back in Marley. So I think at some point, I don't know when, but Gabi's got to have a change in heart. She's got to stop being a crazy person. Make a decision on her own at the end of the day, right? Because, like, she was told, hey, these guys are the devils. Like, they've been causing death and this and that for the whole millennium. And when Kaya confronted her, okay, what does that have to do with my mom? She was born here. She had nothing to do with no Titans. Why did she have to die? And like you guys mentioned, Gabi just didn't have an answer. And she's going to keep running into things like this where she thought she had the answer. She thought she knew, but it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I like this episode a lot because I could relate very much to Kaya and Gabi. I've been on both sides of this situation. It reminded me a lot of the black-white situation in America. Believe it or not, I didn't come in contact with white people on a regular basis until I was like 14. And I was taught to think, not by my parents, just by society, that white people were all racist, that they hated me, that they were mean, that they were rude, that they were the reason that I wasn't rich and all these type of things. I was taught to think all of that, and for me to take that, to not trust these people. And kind of like Gabi, like, oh, like the sins of your people, you need to atone for them, blah, blah, blah. And it's kind of like how we're asking white people to cry out for, mercy and forgiveness for the sins of slavery. This show kind of points out the constant problem of painting everybody with a broad brush. And I like this show because it teaches you individuality. We need to carry out treating people as individuals. Because trust me, when I became friends with these white people and my friends from my old school found out, they called me a traitor, all types of stuff. I was like, what in the world? I didn't know this was going to come with. But that's how it was when you grow up around all black people all the time. They think you change completely and you just forget who you were if you get with if you hang out with white people, because white people are connected directly to slavery. And that's the struggle Gabi's going with. Falco doesn't care. Falco just want to live. Falco want a free meal, a warm place to stay. He's trying to survive. Gabi out here is trying to stick to her roots and what she know. And her experience is telling her otherwise, and she's going to have that struggle here. She needs to die because I don't care if she becomes the most forgiving person ever. She needs to die. She killed Sasha. She killed another dude with a brick. She's evil and she's dangerous. All right, I can never trust this girl. All jokes aside, I am interested to see where Gabi ends up on the spectrum of hating Eldians, accepting Eldians, realizing that you are Eldian, self-hate looking self. She's a clown. But
yeah, I feel like there's a good amount of people that don't like Falco, but I really think Falco is the truth. Like, just from the interaction between Reiner and Eren there, like, he realized the whole thing that all these Paradis people, they're not really all that bad. And he's acting like the real responsible character here. And I'm really liking how Falco is really going ahead and doing stuff. So hopefully he's the motivator for Gabi to have a change of heart, and it's not something where he sacrifices himself for Gabi or something like that. If Falco sacrifices himself for Gabi, man, Gabi needs to die. Right now, I'm like, I think it'd be good if Gabi has a change of heart. She's still young. She's still a kid. But if she takes away Falco, I don't know if she has my support then,
Hey, man, the internet really seems to hate Gabi.
Yeah, they do.
Rightfully so.
I could see why. I mean, she literally killed poor homie with the brick when, the guard thought there was something wrong. He went to go investigate. Next thing you know, he getting a brick to the face. And not only did she knock him out, she beat him bloody. There's no way he's living. There's no way.
She didn't need to kill him like Falco said, but she was like, oh, he's a devil. He has to die anyways. Yeah, she's under some major brainwash.
She is brainwashed to the maximum, bro. She got in. When somebody is that brainwashed, you have to. The only one way to get rid of him, bro. You gotta kill him. You gotta cut the cord on this one. I'm sorry, bro. She's not worthy of life. another person dying for her is not worth. Like, I'm sorry, I don't like this little girl, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. She's like the Cersei Lannister of freaking anime right now, in my opinion. But whatever, man.
Going back to the Paradis governance, we have a faction that's standing up for Aaron, leaking out information and supporting him and saying that Aaron did nothing wrong. It's that type of group. So we're going to really see, I do think that there's going to be a divide in Paradis, and hopefully that doesn't lead to their downfall. Paradis people splitting and having different views and stuff like that. Because now it seems like the Marleys are going to come out and attack. Reiner was like, no, we need to attack now because they're not expecting it. So, I still don't think that Reiner is fully serious. I think he just wants to get Gabi and Falco back, but he's still gonna get soft after that happens. So we'll see.
That's a good point, though. Bruh, Paradis is falling apart at this divide of what should we do? Should we capitalize on what Aaron did and paint him out to be a hero? Even though he cost us a lot of trouble, he seems to have built a pathway for a victory. And the problem is you have to choose, are you going to go against the people or your own judgment? The problem is when you stick to your own judgment, you're in the minority here. The people, they're going to paint you out to be a villain, especially if your plan don't work. So Hanj, Levi don't got nothing to worry about. He'll just kill citizens if you have to. But all the other people, the government, they got a lot to worry about here. Aaron has become a bigger problem than help. Their best weapon has become their biggest problem.
Yeah, and Hanj couldn't really answer those citizens at the time. So Hanj is in a very, very tough position. Going back to what you were saying earlier, your story, that this show really, it's really hard to figure out a good path, a good solution here. That's what's so good about this anime. It's because you don't know what should happen, what the best route would be to end all of this conflict. And that's what's really engaging right now. And the hope is that the author is really great and comes out with something really good.
Yeah, I agree with what you guys just said. There is no binary solution to any problem in this, right? Like, everybody has some sort of guilt. Everybody sees the other side of the coin, or everything is blurred together where right is wrong and wrong is right. It depends what side, your perspective at the end of the day. So yeah, I'm really curious to see if there's going to be a split within the Paradis civilization. You're going to have a bunch of Aaron fanboys that believe, hey, why is he getting in prison? He's supposed to be our hero. And then you got the other flip side where they think, hey, Aaron is reckless. He's doing too much crazy stuff. We need to get him under control.
So they know that Jeek betrayed them.
Dang.
Which maybe that was part of Jeek's plan as well, to make it seem like so that they can know that he betrayed. I'm telling you, man, you really don't know this guy.
This man really be playing 4D chess, and everybody else playing checkers, man. What if is Jeek the ultimate genius? Is his plans insider plans?
I already know something amazing gonna happen. Like on that very second he die, and he's just gonna be smiling, like I've done it. Like
we must go mobile. Yeah, he must have done a sloppy job.
Which isn't like him.
Exactly. He seems very calculated and thought out, so he probably left them the clue that he has betrayed them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the part of the curiosity for Gabi is like, okay, why did this dude do this? I need answers. and she willing to just die for it.
And it seems like Jeek still cares about Falco and Gabi. Because he was asking on the ship, so.
Yeah, you're right. It seems like he doesn't shoot. You're right. Correct. He cares about those two. So he's double crossing, bro.
Nah, he's like triple cross. He's like quadruple cross. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, you know, he didn't decide the red pill or the blue pill. He took them both. He said, I'll take purple.
So that's episode 70 of Attack on Titan, the final season. We hope to see Gabi's death. And we hope to see Zeke's plan in his quadruple crossing ways. Join us next week for episode 71 of Chopped Anime, our review, reaction, discussion, analysis. We hope that we're doing a good job here. We have a lot of questions. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll be back, baby. Chopped Anime.